this light for who knows how long. Oh, the light just, of course, just turned green. Jack in the Box order may not have 2 straws. Ended up owing over $500,000. That's a crazy thought. Hey everybody, it's Vegas Ride Along. I'm back on a dash, ready to grab that cash. Today is Sunday. It's 10:27 a.m. I'll be working today from 10 o'clock until about 1:30 with the goal today of making $40. First up on the agenda is to head on over to Munchbox with the new Uber Eats offer. I'm going to be getting paid $9.50 for 1.4 miles. No waiting on the order, and I just got an add-on to go to Starbucks. I think it's like $5 and change for not too many miles. Next stop is going to be Starbucks. It's going to be 4 minutes from here, 0.7 miles. Still no improvement with the Uber Eats app when it comes to the navigation. I'm still having to quit out of the app at every pickup and every drop off. It's not a super big deal. It's more of an irritation that I have to keep doing it. There was a bit of a wait on this one. I got 5 or 6 minutes. Let's see if I can squeeze everybody together in here. Probably take this food out. Put that there. The food can just sit on top like that. I think that'll work. First drop off is going to be the Starbucks order. We're going to be going 0.7 miles, 3 minutes to a house, and it's going to be a leave at the door. They hadn't started the order yet, and they were working fast and furious inside of that Starbucks to get all the orders out the door. They had like 3 or 4 different employees putting drinks together, and they were having a hard time keeping up, and they were working at lightning speed, and my order just wasn't ready. So I just stood there waiting, thinking that at some point my drink's gonna come up, and just tried to be patient since the number of miles that I'm driving for these is not very far. It's like, well, it's good money. I'm just gonna wait it out, stick it out, and then get that, and get those orders. I don't normally get this many drinks at the same time. If I did, I'd get another one of these delivery boxes and put it in the back seat. It's very rare that I'm carrying a total of 4 drinks from 2 different restaurants. And I thought about putting the food in a DoorDash bag to keep it warm. And since I'm stuck at this light for who knows how long, oh, the light just, of course, just turned green. Well, just doing the best I can here, everybody. Once I take out the Starbucks order, I'm going to have to stuff another bag inside of my delivery box so the orange juice doesn't tip over. Here. Well, now I don't have another delivery bag to stuff this there. That should do it. Of course, I have to be in a really busy street. It's just the way it goes. Next drop off is 2 minutes from here, just 0.7 miles. I guess it's in the same community. Nope, it's not in this same community. I've got to go back to the main drag. Looks like today's gonna be a really busy day. I had to hit the stop accepting new requests because it was distracting me from driving and delivering the orders to the right drop-off locations. Alright, well, that was an easy delivery. I don't think I had too many problems at all with that. $9, 3 miles, 2 deliveries, no. $5.60, 2 deliveries, no thanks. Let's move on to the next one. There were so many offers coming in, I couldn't even leave the drop-off location. I think I rejected about 8 offers while I was parked in front of the customer's drop-off location. There was one that was borderline. It was $11 for 2 deliveries for 3-point-something miles. And I was tempted to take it. It was a trip radar, but I didn't get it. It disappeared. Next one up is from Uber Eats. We're going to be going to Jamba and somewhere else. I have to look up what it is. $14.18, 5.7 miles. Okay, it's going to be Jamba and it's going to be Jack in the Box. Once I do these 2 deliveries, I'll be close to $30, which means I'll only need to do one more job and I'll reach my $40 goal. I should have this one done, I would think, by 11:30 at the latest. The Jamba Juice order should be ready only because I don't think I've ever gone into Jamba Juice where the order didn't take more than a couple of minutes for them to hand it to me. It's Jack in the Box where I usually have problems. It's always, they're either out of something so I have to contact the customer, or they're so backed up with orders they haven't gotten to my order yet and I've got to wait. But Jamba Juice usually is pretty decent. Let me see if they're ordering a lot of stuff here at Jamba Juice. It says 1 strawberry Nutella and coconut oatmeal, 1 chicken empanada, a Belgian waffle, and a mega mango. Now I can't say for sure. Maybe this will be my first time where an order isn't ready. That's kind of an unusual order for Jamba Juice. That's a lot of food that they have to make, so it's not just a couple of smoothies. I wish this Jamba Juice was on the right side of the road. These particular lights to get to this Jamba Juice are extremely long. Just like I feared, it was a wait. About 5 minutes. Next up, we're going to go to Jack in the Box, 0.4 miles from here. Might as well take a look at what they're ordering at Jack in the Box. 1 Supreme Croissant Combo. That's going to have a drink. 1 Loaded Breakfast Sandwich Combo. That's going to have a drink. People are in a real spending mood today for some reason. Most of the time, when I get orders from customers, they try to save money by not ordering a drink. They just get the food. But now this is 4 orders in a row where everybody had some sort of drink. Either a smoothie, a coffee, an orange juice, something. I think I'm going to put the Jamba order in the back seat because there's nothing that's high risk for spilling. There's no way a smoothie is going to spill on me. guess I can put the drinks in a I'll put these drinks in my drink holder, and that should keep them pretty stable. Man, it's so windy. Alright, let's go. The order I'm dropping off is going to be, it looks like the Jack in the Box order. It looks like it is an apartment. It looks like it could be a difficult apartment to drop off at, and it's a meet outside. 8 minutes, 2.2 miles. The wait for the Jack in the Box order was just a couple of minutes, and then another delivery driver showed up as I was grabbing my order, and they were real fast inside Jack in the Box. So it was the opposite that happened today. It was Jamba that took a long time, and Jack in the Box was quick. The customer wrote that they'll be outside by a specific building right on the corner, but they gave me a gate code. So that means I've got to, oh great, that means I've got to get out of the car when I see them because I have their food in the back seat. I hate when that ends up happening because I can't just hand it through the window. I was going to switch out the orders. I was going to put Jamba in the back seat. But then I realized, well, I have a drink holder in the back seat. There's no reason why I can't put the Jack in the Box in the back seat. I just realized that the Jack in the Box order may not have 2 straws. So this is going to be a problem because the guy's going to meet me and probably ask for where his straws are. And I'm going to be like, oh, whoops. Well, building 2 has a lot of corners. I wonder which corner he's going to be on. It's obviously not on this corner. If they're going to be at the corner, they should at least specify which corner. Oh, I think that's them. I think they just walked out of the building. I'm like, what corner are they on? I gotta hop out and hand them their stuff. Hello, Corey. Oh, great. Yeah, no problem. There's the drink. Have a good one. He got his stuff. Just got to close out his order here. Complete delivery. That worked out. I just saw him in the rearview mirror. That was the only way. I was like, I could tell because he was staring at his phone and he was looking left and right as if he was waiting for an Uber or waiting for food or something. So now we're going to go 6 minutes, 1.7 miles to drop off the Jamba order. It's going to be going to a business. It's also going to be a meet at the door. This drop off might be difficult. It's in the same shopping center as Costco. So a lot of times the line of cars that is waiting to make a left turn into the Costco shopping center is pretty massive. And there's no really other way to go to safely get in to that shopping center. I don't think I would have taken this offer if I would have known that I was dropping off at that difficult apartment complex and dropping off in the Costco shopping center. I think both of those drop-offs, just location-wise, when you look at the map, they're usually a hard no, unless the money is significantly big. Wow, something must be going on. The line to get in is really short. Now they're sending me something like, do I want to shop at Costco? $21.03 for 7 miles. I'm tempted, but I'm not going to do it. I don't want the stress. I don't want it, and I don't need it. In fact, I'm going to stop accepting new requests. I cannot handle, and I know that the moment now that I'm right here outside of the Costco, that's all the offers they're going to just keep sending me nonstop. The last thing I need is to hurt my back immediately after it just healed up. Man, that wind is strong. Hi for Jackie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
You as well.
Thank you. That drop off wasn't bad, but the wind is very strong. So strong that when I was logging back on to Uber Eats, my phone almost blew out of my hands. So if I'm correct, I only have to do one more delivery and I'm done. I dodged a bullet. Now all the traffic to turn into Costco is all backed up again. There's a ton of cars that don't even fit into the left turn lane. Whew. I totally lucked out. I'd be surprised if I make it all the way back home and I don't get the last offer, based on how busy this app has been blowing up today. I just saw a $23 offer from Uber Eats, but it's like 11 miles, and I would have been really far away when I finished it and had to have driven 11 miles to get all the way back, so I took a pass on it. All I want is just 10 more bucks. Next one up is coming from DoorDash. I'm gonna go to Sprouts Farmers Market and shop for 9 items, 12 units. I'm gonna get $19 for 9.5 miles. I don't see anything hard in this shopping list except for a few medicinal supplements that I'll ask the sales lady for help to find. Everything else is produce. Got a long drive ahead, 19 minutes, 9 miles. We're going to be going to a house. It's going to be a leave at the door. Please don't ring the doorbell. I think this particular job is only slightly better than that Uber Eats one that I declined that was for $21 for 11 miles. It's less money, but it's less miles total when you think about dead miling back. And then the real big perk is that it's DoorDash, so I don't have to stress about the tip. I know I'm going to get exactly what they said I was going to be getting. So that $19 is already in my pocket. I had a potential problem with one of the medications they wanted. There was some sort of homeopathic allergy drops for children, and it was not in the children's section. So I saw another allergy medication, sent them a picture of that item, thinking that they would either say yes or no. And while I was exiting the aisle, and I was walking 2 aisles down, still in the supplement section, health supplement section, I saw it in the corner of my eye. I said, those look like the drops. And I went over there, and they put the kids' allergy drops, not in the kids section, but next to the allergy drops for adults. I thought that was kind of lame. So once I drop this off, it's going to be about 12:10 at the very latest. and then I've got to drive all the way back home. So it looks like it's going to be 12:30 by the time I get back home, which is still not too bad. It's about an hour sooner than what my scheduled shift is. Easy to get reckless with this job because you're constantly driving everywhere to pick up and drop off all day long. And it's always so tempting to do what everybody else does and run red lights. But as far as I'm concerned, I just take every job like it's just a walk in the park. I don't try to do anything super fast, and I don't go at a snail's pace either. I just take my time. I just I try my very best to just follow the rules of the road. Don't do anything too crazy, too reckless, and just get there safe, because it's all about the long game for me. I think I'm coming up on 170,000 miles on this car since I've gotten it, since I bought it back in 2016. And every mile on this car is $1 in my pocket. So do the math. I think that's easily, well, that's going to be 170 grand that this car has generated all this time. I guess you'd have to minus the gas, so the average percentage I think I calculated was, I think it's 2%. 2% of every mile or every dollar I earn goes to gas. I think that's what it came out to. Because you figure every day I earn about $40, right? And every day I spend $2 on gas. So 1% of $40, let me get my calculator out. $40 times 0.02 is, it's more than that. So it's not 2%, because that's only 80 cents. I'm bad at math right now. So I guess 5%. So $40 times 5% is $2. So 5% of every dollar goes to gas when you do this job. So I'm so bad at that. What is 5%? Oh, it's only a nickel. So a nickel of every dollar. Look at me, I can do math with a calculator. A nickel for every dollar that I earn goes to gas. I guess I better get out of the way of this truck with the mattress. And then when it comes to taxes, because there's a tax deduction for every mile, I don't think I spend that much in taxes either. Although I do have to pay for Social Security, Medicare, the FICA taxes, and I got to pay mine plus the employer's share, which I think is like 15.5%. So I suppose if you calculate taxes, probably 25% of every dollar disappears, and the rest, so 75%, I end up with in my pocket. That's not too bad. I was watching a documentary about Abbott and Costello. They were a comedy duo in the 40s and 50s, and apparently, because they were working and making so much money during that time period, they were heavily taxed and were not working with very honest accountants, and they ended up owing over $500,000 to the IRS, and they had to sell all their properties and their homes, and they were very poor at the end of their lives. And I guess after World War II, the federal government was taxing 90% at a 90% rate all money that was over $200,000 in any year after World War II. So, and it was a dramatic shift. Like I guess the tax rate was nothing like that before World War II. So people were scrambling to figure out how to hide their money, and the IRS was like a shark. They were not going to let anybody get away with this because this was after the war period, and they wanted their money, and they were not going to play around. I can't imagine being taxed at 90%. That is insane. That means for every dollar, you only get to keep 10 cents. They get 90 cents and you get 10 cents. That is wild. Now that ChatGPT and Gemini have been around for so long, I mean, not for so long, but for this, so, it's so entrenched already that people are using AI all the time instead of like regular Yahoo or Google searches. I find myself on the regular constantly asking these chatbots all kinds of crazy questions. I was having a philosophical conversation at about 4 o'clock in the morning with a chatbot about human consciousness, or just consciousness in general. I was asking it, it's like, is it possible that consciousness is a single force that is split up amongst all forms of life in the universe so that it can experience its own existence? And then the app was like, that's very it said something like, that's very insightful way to think about it. And then it started bringing up all these different philosophers and scientists that had considered the possibility that could be true, that at a quantum level there exists an entity that was so powerful that it was bored with perfection, and the only way it could possibly have an interesting existence was to create life and split itself amongst the multitude of life forms that exist, so that it can experience all the different things in life that it could possibly experience, so that it would be complete. That's a crazy thought. I think I was telling you guys the other day how it never fails. The last delivery is always really far away, or it's really hard. And that's what's happening today. It's not a hard one, but it is far away. Really far away. I did not mean to park that far away. I thought it was the very next house was where I had to be. It was not. It was 2 more houses down, and I was blocking somebody's driveway. I was lucky somebody didn't come out and yell at me. I was all prepared to run back and start yelling, "Sorry, sorry." But it all worked out. That's all done. I made my cash. Now I could probably try to get another one that will take me back closer to home. But I think I'm good. I don't really want to do any more than I have to, especially now that I know I got $19 instead of 10. So I know that already puts me close to $50, which is totally fine. Every job that you do, there's always that risk that that very next job could be a total nightmare. Like that one that I was doing for Don Tortaco the other day and Smith's grocery store. That one turned into a total nightmare. The gate code didn't give me any gate code. I lost cell phone service. I couldn't go to the checkout button and then pay for the order. I had to use my own member ID number to get the discount for the Smith's groceries. They were missing items. It was a disaster. I think that was either the last video I did or the one before that. So unless I haven't hit my goal, like if I'm really low, for the most part, I'm just gonna call it and be like, you know what, I made enough money, I just want to go home. So that's it for everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you'd like to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. I forgot to mention the miles. Once I get back home, I think I'm going to be at about 27 miles. And I got a horrible 47 miles to the gallon today. The wind was affecting my gas mileage. So it looks like I spent about $2.50 on gas today, just based on the numbers, because normally I get 60 miles to the gallon, and I am way below that. And that's just the way it goes. Sometimes the wind works against you, and it was working against me big time today. All right, everybody, take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now. Oh man, that wind almost blew my door open at Costco, where I thought it was going to slam into the car next to me. I've got a ding in my driver's side door from opening my door on a windy day at a 7-Eleven, and it hit one of those poles that protects the gas pumps, and it put a real ding in the side of my door. You have to really look to notice it, but man, I was so mad.